Very good afternoon and welcome back. You're watching us live on Fan Code and the official YouTube channel of ACC. And you're watching the ACC Men's Challenger Cup 2024 coming to you live from the TCG Cricket Ground, Bangkok. Match number 10, Indonesia taking on Cambodia in this particular game. And of course, this is a game where there is a great opportunity for the Indonesian side to actually win 2-on-2. Well, what happened at the toss is something we need to find out. Let's join Babashish for the toss.
Set for the afternoon clash to begin. Must-win game for Cambodia. That is Indonesia looking sharp in their black kit. Of course, they'll try and double down on the advantage they had after the first game. On the extreme left is the match official, Mr. Gandhi. He's already given the coin to the home side. Kadek, you got to give it a flip. Tails is the call. Heads it is. It's up to Indonesia then. Kadek, first up, what do you prefer?
We got to bat first.
Any particular reason? We know the defending has been easier.
Right. So I think the weather has been good for batting today. We need to put some run on the board, good run on the board just to defend. So that's it. I think we are ready for bat today.
All right, good luck for that. Lukman, just a little word there. Because they're batting first, what sort of a score do you think you want to restrict them to?
अगर बैटिंग फर्स्ट होती तो हमारा यही टारगेट था कि 170-80 तक करें, लेकिन अभी बॉलिंग है तो कोशिश करेंगे 120 राउंड अबाउट पकड़ें इनको.
All right, Lukman, good luck for the game too. Right then, that's the news from the center. Indonesia, they've won the toss, and on a surface that looks good to bat on, that's what they'll do, bat first.
So Indonesia winning the toss, electing to bat first. And they will be looking to put up a score on the board. Not many runs scored in that first game. But Saudi Arabia showing us that this pitch is still pretty good to bat on. And that is what matters at the end of the day. It's all about application. Can the Indonesian batsmen apply themselves and get a big total on the board? Gede Agus Priyandana got out for 14 in that first game. He will want to score some runs here. Give Indonesia a good start. Alongside him, at the top of the order, there is Muhammad Anjar Tadaris, the player of the match of the previous game. Got some runs on the board. And Ghulam, in fact, it's Sharwan Godara, who is starting proceedings for Cambodia. Again, he's someone who likes to hit the deck. It's 3 matches, 5 wickets for him. This is the third game, of course. Economy rate of 5.33. Average of 12.8. Cambodia, they would want to take a leaf out of Saudi Arabia's bowling here. Will want to replicate what Saudi Arabia did to Bhutan, not allowing them to score too many runs. 89 is all that they could get. And anything below 100, Cambodia will be fancying their chances here. Right then, all in readiness for ball number 1. Not quite. Sharwan just gently checking his jump point. Now we are ready. Slip in place. First ball. And excellent channel from Sharwan. Full just outside the off stump there, moving away. Feeding on the temptation of a batter to bring the bat down. Starts off with a dot ball. Beautiful delivery again, just moving away slightly. And this is the shape that we've seen from Sharwan, which is very impressive indeed. Alongside me in the comm box is Babashish. Good afternoon, Babashish. And pretty good start from Sharwan.
Good afternoon, Nishant. Important what the body language is from these Cambodian players out there. When you're pushed to a corner, can you behave like a corner tiger? Agus still has nothing to do with that line. 3 deliveries around the same channel. This was the shortest of them lot. And left alone. Sharwan will now have a conversation with Lukman Butt. I think he's asking the short mid-wicket fielder to be removed and wants a slip fielder. 18 Books, who was there at short mid, will go to an extra fielder on the offside. Lukman Butt, who was at gully, moves to a second slip position. So nobody at traditional mid-on. It's open, it's vacant. Mid-on has gone to mid-wicket. Beats him for pace, bounce. Gede Agus was in such an awkward position.
And I think also the movement there with the onside fielder removed, probably Agus thought that it's going to be more of the same delivery going away. But that one came back in.
I was actually happy with having a mid-wicket and a mid-on, because a miss hit on the onside is very much on with the kind of pace Sharwan is bowling.
But for now, there is no bat on ball at all. 5 deliveries bowled. Everything past the bat.
Anja doing the right thing. Walking up to his partner Agus. Just letting him know that doesn't need to worry. That's fine. Fast bowler has bowled well. You've played 5 dot balls. That's absolutely okay. Don't lose your mind now. For this last ball, is there a change in field? No, not so much. He's actually refraining himself from bowling fuller by having this field.
Bowls full. Tucked away just wide of the fielder at mid-wicket. Single taken. First runs on the board. End of the first over.
We just saw Sharwan Godara bowl that first over. He will be paired up mostly with Gulam Murtaza Chugtai, the other opening bowler. And then, of course, they've got the spin of Utkarsh Jain. Anish Rambabu Prasad bowls a little bit of off break. Lukman Butt, the captain himself, will bowl seam up. That's mostly the bowling that they've got as far as Indonesia are concerned. But, of course, Stanley, who has only bowled more and more as the tournament has progressed, will perhaps get the full quota of overs today. There is Gulam Murtaza Chugtai, very much like Sharwan, hit the deck kind of a bowler, looks to shape the ball away.
Keeps it straight this time. It's a dot ball to start his spell as well. Mohammad Anjar. He would want to get on strike.
Important for Indonesia here, because Gulam and Sharwan both are rhythm bowlers, to just attack them ever so slightly. If you allow them to keep bowling the channel again and again, a ball will have your name on it.
That's well bowled, and a good leave by Agus as well.
8 balls that Agus has faced might not impact his own strike rate by the end of it, but will definitely impact the lack of momentum Anjar will have in the power play. So you got to get him on strike as early as possible.
And he looks to go for the drive, expansive drive through the offside, misses it. That is a dot ball.
Just a solitary gully now. That should be changing at some point of time. Just the way Ghulam has started this over, this spell, you want a catcher in, an extra catcher in, perhaps, Nishant. They've got, I think they can actually take out the extra cover fielder that they have inside the circle on the offside and bring a slip. Off the edge and taken at gully. They don't need the slip. Captain at gully does the job. Ghulam strikes in his very first over, and Agas, after struggling to get bat on ball, finally hits one straight to that gully fielder.
Yes, he was hard hands there. And that is why it went straight to the gully fielder, and a good catch by Lukman. But Indonesia lose an early wicket as Gede Agus Priyandana departs for 1 of 10 deliveries. 1 for 1 Indonesia.
Ferdinando Bhanunaik in at number 3, only got a run in the previous fixture. Ghulam running in hard here. Left alone too. That's been the most impressive part about both of these opening bowlers, is the channel. That corridor of uncertainty. Attacking the 6-stump line outside the off stump. They have been disciplined. Hardly anything has slipped down the leg side. Nothing wide outside the off stump.
Little bit of width this time. Fumble by the fielder inside the circle. They'll come back for 2. Ferdinando is off the mark. 2 overs bowled, 3 for 1.
You'd have felt that Sharwan did enough right things to deserve another over with the new ball. But instead, Lukman Butt wants to try out. Can't really fault him. Bowls with the new ball, bowls straight, bowls full, but what's wrong with Sharwan?
I have no clue. Maybe he's just trying to mix it up at this moment. And very similar. I think Lukman Butt is very similar to the 2 opening bowlers, just a couple of yards slower.
And also the height. He's not as tall as Sharwan. I don't think, as you mentioned, not massive difference in terms of the approach. Anjar, their best batter on display from their previous fixture. Wanted to pull that one off the front foot. Gets beaten.
And this is what Lukman is very good at. Now, you might just feel that he's not very quick, but he can just make the ball rush to you.
Also, because of the run-up, it's a gentle, breezy action. So as a batter, you're not expecting that extra pace. And Nishant, there are certain bowlers who are quicker in the air. Lukman is quicker off the surface, just like that.
Excellent delivery again, just past the outside edge. This is good bowling.
Yeah, can't fault Anjar there. The length was somewhere in between. You don't know whether to get forward, go fully back, and the line was exceptional too.
And because he's quick off the deck, by the time you come to a conclusion and make a decision, the ball is already past you.
And bowls a good short ball as well. But right now, he's just gonna put it on that particular region. Continues to shape the ball away. This time, Anjar actually wanted to chase it. Lucky he didn't get anything onto it.
Very similar to the delivery to which the Thai captain Lazarus got out yesterday.
Oh, don't remind them of that. They're trying to recover from that particular loss. Pretty much because of their own doing. Goes for the magic ball. He's got protection down at deep backward square leg. Just a single.
The first couple of overs, first 5 balls of the first couple of overs were dot balls. Whatever runs came of the last ball of the over. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Here of the 5th ball, Anjar has gotten off the mark. They'll bring Ferdinando on strike.
We saw Bhutan trying to go after everything. In the gap. Quality square drive. Ferdinando gets his first boundary for Indonesia too, and it's a picture perfect square drive.
This gorgeous looking shot to finish the over there. It was pitched up and caressed through the offside for 4. 3 overs bowled, it's 8 for 1.
Scintillating square drive with the last ball of the previous over. Right, because Gulam had a wicket, he's bowling another over. Starts with a wide. You'd think he got his rhythm back after bowling 6 very good deliveries. Until he bowled that.
His first extra of the innings. That's a good improvement if you look at it from Cambodia. 3 overs without an extra.
Anjar likes the offside. Stays leg side of the ball sometimes. So he can put the hands through the ball. His first boundary comes through the offside. Just what I was talking about. Very keen on staying leg side of the ball. And hits that one perfectly.
And another good looking shot. Last ball of the previous over, first ball of this over. Couple of very good looking drives. One square on the offside, the other through the covers. Result the same for both the batters.
Gede Agus was a little too defensive. Yorker, flying effort at the gully region. Don't know how far it was from that fielder. Lukman himself.
Indonesia just trying to get a move on here. A couple of boundaries definitely helping.
Ghulam is another bowler who's completely moved away from the short ball. Did so against the lesser equipped batting lineups in the qualifying stage. After that, that bouncer has just gone out of the plan. It's been then and there. Fuller outside the off stump. Another very good stop inside the circle, this time from Sharan.
He's also someone who will bowl very handy off spin. So Ghulam managing to induce that edge from Agus.
Just get a feeling Ferdinando is already committed on the front foot here.
And that's why it will be a great idea to bowl a short pitch delivery. But he pitches it up further and it goes way outside the off stump. Another wide.
All the bowling lineups who have done well, who have made an impression. They've had their fast bowlers mixing up the bouncer every now and then. Except Cambodia, who started with that plan. Then they've just moved away from that. Caught on the crease there. Slow death, slow finger from the umpire. Don't really be bothered about the bouncer if you can bow full and straight and pick up another wicket. Second for Ghulam.
Yes, that one pitched in line, yes, but was that the away swinger is the question.
Umpire's call.
Ghulam Murtaza has struck and Ferdinando Banu Naik is back in the hut, out for 6 of 5. Indonesia 2 down.
Promotion in the batting order for Padmakar Rajaram Surve. Paddy will be hoping now that he's in early, he makes the most of this opportunity. Handy all-rounder in the side. Does a lot of bowling too. And now must think like a proper batter. Paddy standing outside the leg stump there. Reaches out to that one, puts it in the gap, will get the run off the mark.
Again, one of those batters we've seen in this tournament who probably stands on one stump and has his bat on another. We'll bring Mohammad Anjar on strike. And Padmakar Surya, of course, batting with a little bit of an open stance. So Indonesia 2 down pretty early in the game. That's pushed away straight to the fielder. No chance of a run. Dot ball will ensure the over comes to an end. 4 overs bowled, 16 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Lukman to continue. Short ball only of the inside half the bat. That'll race away. Solitary square leg fielder inside the circle. No fine leg. Lucky to get it in that region.
Yes, Lukman conceding his second boundary here. Didn't really hit it where he wanted to. Had he hit it and timed it well, it would have gone straight to Anish there.
Yeah, looked like he was beaten for pace there too. Just what we were talking about. That's what happens when you face up to Lukman first up. It'll take a little more time to get used to the pace. Now the change comes. Sweeper, who was deep on the offside, has been brought inside the circle. Now there's a deep fine leg, and Bukes will return to short mid-wicket. Second slip goes to Gully. Perfect opportunity to bang one shot here. Only back of the lane goes through that Gully fielder. Third fielder might not get it. Won't come around. Ghulam Murtaza Chugtai, who has just finished the over, was a difficult chase for him. Back-to-back boundaries for Paddy then.
Because this is just relieving the pressure of the batters here. No matter what the situation, the batter starts getting boundaries, starts feeling confident, and suddenly the pressure of the 2 early wickets and not many runs on the board is not that much.
Although that was a good shot. Can't fault Lukman for that. Very, very well played. Watched it late. Played it underneath his eyes. Opened the face of the bat. This time leaves that one alone. See, that is being decisive. What we saw from Agus, before even the ball was released, he knew he was going to leave the ball. And you don't want that mindset right at the top. In fact, more and more teams are moving away from that mindset at all.
Yes, they do not want that mindset anywhere between the 20 overs. Oh, almost chops it back on. Very lucky. Now that the fine leg is in place, it will just be a single. But Paddy gets lucky there.
Yeah, this time it was a much straighter ball for him to open the face of the bat, which is why it took the inside half of the bat. The one that he got a boundary from the line was right to do so. Bit of a start-stop of an innings for Anjar. He's batting on 6 of 8. Takes the aerial route, just over fingertips there. Looked like Sharwan could have timed the jump better. Or did he actually not jump at all?
I think he didn't jump. I have a feeling that he just tried to stretch himself, didn't jump.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And those are basics there, Sharwan. I can understand why he was a couple of paces in, but don't understand why he never jumped.
That would have been a massive wicket of the player of the match of the previous game. Pushed away straight to the fielder this time. 5 overs bowled, it's 26 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Utkarsh Jain. Left arm spinner, 6 wickets so far in the tournament. Of only 12 overs that he's bowled. Economy rate well under 6. Manages the turn and offer brilliantly, and there is some turn on this surface. So Utkarsh will be fancying his chances.
And he's on the taller side as well. So he can get that extra bounce. And on a wicket that is turning, that extra bounce can be all the more dangerous.
Which is why he's got a slip in position. Anjar on strike, who's liked the straighter boundaries, was lucky to be batting.
From the position of the slip fielder, I get a feeling that fielder is more for a cut shot gone wrong than a defensive prod gone wrong, standing a couple of paces too back.
And also should be a little more squarer than tighter.
Yeah, I mean, if you're standing for the cut shot gone wrong, then you have to be squarer. Now, the thing is, the distance from the wicket is such for the slip fielder that you're actually standing for the one that one is a cut shot gone wrong. But the line is wrong.
Now chance for mid-off. He's gone back couple of paces. Will drop this. Dear oh dear, what a horrible piece of fielding. Previous one from Sharwan, you can still understand it had pace on it. This was a dolly. He's got shades on too, can't blame the sun.
Blame the shades maybe. That should have been taken. I think he just was very casual in his approach towards that catch, Lakshit.
Now Paddy taking the aerial route. Settle down, boys. You're right, when you are trying to mention the field placement, the reason it's confusing is because he's in between. He's not ready for the edge that will be of the front foot nor of the back foot.
He's too deep for that and too fine for the cut shot gone wrong, to put it very simply. Final delivery of the power play then. Cut away straight to the fielder. Another dot ball. Excellent start for Utkarsh. 27 for 2 after 6.
Power play went well for Ghulam Murtaza Chughtai. Couple of wickets. That was the first one. Gede Aggas, who struggled, eventually hit one straight to the gully fielder. Actually not straightforward, having seen the catching after that. This was the second wicket, full and straight. And after that, there has been couple of chances, both which Cambodia hasn't converted. Paddy has moved on to 10. Anjar batting on 8. They're 27 for 2 as we begin the 7th over. And Sharwan returns. Beats the batter. Doesn't matter if it's a semi-new ball. His pace is still up.
His excellent first over for Sharwan. He's come back for another one here. He'll be bowling to Mohammad Anjar. 2 dropped chances in back-to-back overs. And this time, Sharwan says, I don't need anybody's help.
I think that's what he signaled. Okay, I'll just do my work. There's something wrong with Anjar, and I believe it is the start. It is how he was stuck at the non-striker's end for a long, long time, and since then he hasn't got his mind right into the innings. It's not a shot that you expect from Anjar either. He's gone from 8 of 14, a very indifferent kind of a knock. Hi, Kadek Gamantika, captain of the side. Surprising call to push Kiru Ashankar down the order, who really looked class apart.
That'll be a wide. Too far outside the off stump there. And Sharwan picking up that wicket of the very second ball of his second over was probably a statement to Lukman. You shouldn't have taken me off. But I think what Lukman has done here is that he has extended that pressure period by taking Sharwan off. He has ensured that even after the overs of Ghulam are over, there is somebody to put pressure from the same end.
Too quick for Kadek there. He's not the first batter to be rushed by Sharwan. He was the one who hit Faisal on the head. Really slingy in terms of how he delivers the ball. Gets a real spring bounce off the surface. Also awkward rib cage length sometimes. You're right. With Utkarsh bowling from the other end, he needed a bit of pace and fire. That's what he's getting from Sharwan here.
And the captain looking to cut that away. Gets beaten. That is a dot ball.
Very late onto that. He's just out there now. So for him to be proper and decisive in terms of footwork, he's going to take a little more time. Just that while you're trying to get in, don't miss the straight ball. You can afford to play and miss outside the off stump, but if you miss the straight one, that's that.
Like that. You have to get the bat down at just about the right time. And Gamantika doing exactly that. Another dot ball.
I don't know how Sharwan is thinking here, but Kadek looks like another candidate who should be pushed back with a bouncer. Especially when you have that mid-wicket fielder waiting for a little bit of a top edge.
Full quick outside the off stump. Play and a miss. 7 bowled, 28 for 3.
Paddy and Kadek really trying to build a partnership here. Just hoping that they can get up to some sort of a par score as Utkarsh returns for his second ball. Dangerous bit of play there from Paddy. Going back to a foolish delivery. Every time he's played a shot, Nishant, Paddy just seems to be feeling somewhere around his waist region. I don't know if he's carrying an injury.
Not great news for Indonesia if he is. That's cut away and cut away nicely. He's got it into the gap. Fielder in the deep won't be able to cut it off.
Just get a feeling, Nishant, this would have gone straight to Etienne Bukes. And he moved in the wrong direction. Yes, he did. This would have gone straight to backward point. Two straightforward drop catches make that 3.
Slightly on the slower side, defended. Watchfully done there. That is another dot ball.
Question is, do you go one more over for Sharwan? You bring somebody like Stanley in.
Play and a miss. Play and a miss outside the off stump. That's what Utkarsh would want.
Yeah, I think he'll go continue to bowl Fuller outside the off stump. Edged and taken. Specky. Absolute Specky. One-handed blinder from Lukman Butt. Taken on the inside, that too. Those hugs tell you a story. That's a remarkable catch from the captain.
Yes, again trying to play on the offside. But that one came back in and brilliantly taken by the captain. Another wicket goes down. This time it's the captain of Indonesia, departs for 4 of 8.
Kirushankar Coimbatore scored 31 runs, didn't deserve a demotion today. But here he is with the entirety of the top order back in the dugout. Now once again has to rebuild, restructure this first innings effort from Indonesia.
Rock solid defense. That will be the end of the over. 8 overs bowled, 33 for 4.
Sharwan will get another over. That's very good captaincy. Was uppish there for a little while. Will get the run though.
But do you think Utkarsh will bowl a third over?
I think he should. Every time somebody has picked up a wicket, they've been given an extra over. So Utkarsh deserved that too. Also, Cambodia should definitely be on the attack. Any win you can get, make sure it's a big win. That's the only way you're going to stay alive in the contest.
Excellent fielding there. That was going very quickly to the fielder there.
And he's got fast hands. He's got really fast reflexes. That shows in his batting too. Lukman Butt. That's the lane that Sharwan needs to explore a little bit more. Maybe not so much with Kiruba Shankar, who's a proper batter. Edged but in the vacant region. I think that was played really intentionally and well by Kiruba Shankar. That's the point I was trying to make. He's somebody who watches the ball till the very end and has variety of shots to counter the short ball.
Brings Paddy on strike.
What do you think? Shot to Paddy again? Or this time he'll go really full?
Ball full.
Because Paddy is the better batter if you want to bowl fuller. Cracked away. Sweeper just moved a couple of yards and got to that. It was hit with a lot of power.
Yes, when I said ball full, I meant ball full on the stumps. Not full and wide.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's mixed up the length here. It should have been slightly fuller and wider to Kiruba Shankar, who's just walked out to bat, and shorter on the body to Paddy, who seems to be in some sort of a discomfort. I could be wrong here. It doesn't look like he's 100% ready for the battle.
That's much better. Full straight, forcing the batsman to play. It's a dot ball. Sharwan, look at his figures. 1 for 5 his third over. A wide and 4 singles of his bowling. That's about it.
As I was mentioning, both him and Ghulam, they will not do anything out of the ordinary until they're pushed to do something out of the ordinary. And Indonesia, the top order, have been very ordinary as is. Left alone, thought about it for a split second. 9 overs of quality bowling from Cambodia. Indonesia struggling, 36 for 4. Rightly so. Utkarsh getting a third over on the trot. Paddy would like this though. He's in a better position always when he's facing spin. So rotates the strike of the first ball.
Even Ram Roshan Sharan, expect him to bowl the next over.
Kiruba Shankar just needs to be careful with the back foot cut shot, something he preferred in the last game. Right now, Utkarsh though bowling a lot fuller to him. That's been nicely turned away. Kiruba Shankar will look for the second run, will easily get that. Utkarsh needs to be just short of length here. Ask Kiruba Shankar to play the late cut, just how he got the previous wicket. Blinder of a catch from Lukman, but that is where I believe that he's most likely to pick up a wicket. Unless, of course, he bowls a magic ball that pitches leg stump and hits top of off. That should be the way to go. Nobody deep in the third region. Only the short third fielder on the 30-yard mark.
Again, a very comfortable single by Kiruba Shankar this time.
Manish Sharma adding plenty of experience, knowledge and know-how to this Cambodia team. Comfortably taken that single. This is what experience is. On the front foot, soft hands, quick call, quick response. And a well-rounded single.
How do they keep pegging at the Indonesian batters now? Big appeal. Not interested.
That looked very, very close, Nishan. Underconfident is Kiruba Shankar while trying to block at the halfway mark. Bit of a recovery going on then. 41 for 4. And time for drinks.
And as expected, Ram Roshan Sharan has been given the ball now. 2 wickets for him in the 3 games that he has played. Flattish delivery outside the off stump to start with. Lets it go. That is a dot ball. This time cut and beats the fielder inside the circle. There is a fielder in the deep, a single taken, and on that note, let's say hello to Richard.
Thank you. Cambodia bowled well in the first 10 overs. A couple of drop catches, but they didn't prove crucial as Bookman Butt took 2 great slip catches.
Yes, both these batters, they do play spin well. Just get a feeling that right now it will be mostly spin that will be used by Cambodia. Again, nicely placed there. Just a single.
And Padmaka is still in for Indonesia. Played a lot of league cricket in Bangkok for BCC. Played a lot of matches on this ground in the Premier League, and I think played more matches on Astro in the lower levels.
So you must know a lot about him.
Yeah, we saw him play in the 50 over tournament last year. Scored a century in one match. And runs in some of the other games, so I think he finished the tournament as leading run scorer, but it was rather dominated by the bowlers. 43 for 4 after 11.
He's bowled a couple of bad balls which went for boundaries. Apart from that, he's bowled reasonably well. Starts off his fresh spell with a wide.
And we know that Cambodia have another seam bowler called Stanley, because he took 2 wickets in the last over of the match against Singapore.
Well bowled. On the money, that has been pushed down the ground for a single. .45 for 4. They're going on at just around that 4 runs per over mark. Poor delivery down the leg side again. Another wide. One outside the off stump, and now one down the leg side.
If you've got any bet on that one, that was 4 runs, I think.
That's a leading edge, and it goes over the top of the fielder and lands safe. They'll come back for 2. So Lukman will be pleased with the fact that he has at least induced a false shot.
That's right. He's had trouble with his line in this over, but made the batsman play that time.
Padmakar, 18 of 19, has managed to hold this innings together again. Just what Richard was talking about. Get some bat on it and get a boundary.
Yeah, this has not been a very good over. Outside his leg stump, and he's flicked it away to the fine leg boundary for 4.
All he needed was a deflection, and he got that. 50 up for Indonesia. And a fumble. That will allow the single. 10 runs of this over with 2 more to go. Just the kind of over Indonesia needed, really. It's straight to the fielder. A dot ball. Kiruba Sankar is batting on 6 of 13. Lovely shot, but straight to the fielder. Dot ball to finish the over. 12 ball, 53 for 4.
This is the key part of the game with Padmaka well set, and the other batsman who made 30 in the previous match, we know he can play well as well.
Sharan to continue. Eased into the offside for a single.
Kiru Bashankar.
Try the full name once then. Kiruba Shankar Coimbatore Ramamurthy.
Ramamurthy. Yes.
Lovely shot. And he gets a little bit of a hand to it. So that'll be cut down for a single. Well, Richard, you've been following quite a bit of cricket from a lot of different countries. Which country you think has the toughest names?
Well, I must admit, visiting Sri Lanka was always a delight. But some of their names, Chaminda Vas with quite a few letters in his other initials. I remember when Tony Gregg wanted to change Mutaya Muralitharan's name. It's difficult when the names are written in another language originally and then converted into English.
They got to find the closest letters.
Some of the Thai names are very long, but once you get the hang of them, it's okay.
Final delivery of the over. Good looking shot that, but only a single. 4 runs off the over then. 13 bowled, 57 for 4.
Well, it looks like Lukman has taken himself off. See who the new bowler will be. It looks like Utkarsh Jain is coming up to bowl another over. Left arm spinner to bowl his last over.
Bowling to Ramamurthy then. One for 11 in his 3 overs then. That's it in the air. And it's into the gap as well. That will be a boundary. Utkarsh just dropping a fraction shot there and paying the price.
Rocked back, but somehow managed to hit it forward of the man at deep mid-wicket, so there was never any danger of a catch.
And he goes again. This time even bigger. So Ramamurthy has decided enough is enough.
So this is the time that Indonesia can drive forward and get the score over 100, up to 120 perhaps. She'll take a bit of guessing. If these two can build a partnership, Indonesia can still make a good score.
Excellent start to the over this. Played away straight to the fielder. So that will be a dot ball. (18 of 20 is what he's batting on right now. Again, cut away into the gap this time. Just a single.
Here's Padmaka finding the gap there. So this is a very productive over. 12 runs so far.
Final delivery of Utkarsh's spell. Kiruba Shankar backs away and cuts it, and the fielder stops it. So 13 runs coming of that over. 14 overs bowled. It's 70 for 4.
So that was the biggest over of the innings. And with 2 overs ago, the over bowled by Lukman Butt also went for 10. So they're moving forward well now, are Indonesia.
Sharan to bowl his third now. Comfortable single taken. Both these batters have stitched together a valuable partnership. Just about trying to create a bit of a launch pad here. Off the back foot this time. Work for the fielder in the deep, but he'll keep it down to a single. So now is the crucial stage where the batters have to decide. This partnership, look at it, 39 of 39 deliveries, run a ball. They really have to decide whether they want to keep tapping away at run a ball, try to get past 100, or try to force things and maybe look for 120. Nicely driven again, another single. Good shot, but straight to the fielder again. So 4 singles from Sharan's third over thus far.
A runner ball would get them just about to the century mark. Might be within range of Cambodia's batting.
Clipped away this time. Happy picking up the ones. And I don't think that is a bad idea at all.
Cambodia made 104 against Saudi Arabia's very good bowling attack.
So that single will round off the picket fence. 15 overs bowled. It's 76 for 4.
One over left for Sharwan, couple left for Ghulam. One for Lukman, but one for Ram. That is the remaining resources. And this is the right move, Richard, I feel. They've brought back their strike bowler. This partnership is now threatening to really push the game to a point where Cambodia needs a decent day with the bat.
Yeah, Ghulam Murtaza took 2 wickets in his new ball spell. Had Indonesia on the back foot from the start, but now he needs a breakthrough.
Paddy on strike. He's batting on 29 from 28. Very well crafted contribution with the bat. Third fielder inside the circle. Base of the off stump is where Ghulam has gone. It's a fine off drive. Excellent effort from the deep fielder.
That's very well fielded. Looked like he was going for a 4.
I think that is Lakshit who dropped an absolute sitter at mid-off. He's the one who's dived and saved 2 there. Trying to nail the Yorkers here. Outside the off stump, in the air, long off, accepts it. Lakshit it is. No mistake this time around. He's made amends for that drop catch that we saw. And that partnership that was helping Indonesia to get to 3 figures has been broken.
Yes, Padmaka had hit the previous drive very, very hard, but he didn't seem to quite go through with the shot there. I'm sure if he'd hit it with a full drive, he could have got it over the fielder's head.
Yeah, he's still feeling that side, Padmakar, so he's done well to get a contribution in with the bat. 31 for him. Ahmad Ramdoni, the keeper batter, will take strike, replacing Padmakar. 3rd wicket of the day for Ghulam. He'd be hoping he can get 2 more. Get to that 5-er. We saw Usman Khalid miss out on a 5-er in that first game, picked up 4 wickets. Base of leg stump, that is missing the stumps for sure. Leg byes it will be.
A lovely Yorker, but it was definitely heading outside leg stump.
Especially when there is a little bit of tail back in. Real toe crusher from Ghulam.
A typical bowler's LBW appeal. Could have been brushing leg stump.
Across the legs for sure. Delayed that cut shot. He is so good at that. This is his strongest suit, is Kiruba Shankar. He was very careful not to play these at the start when he was facing the left arm spinner. But once he's set, look how well he delays the shot.
Just pierced the gap in the field, raced to the boundary.
He's moved on to 27 now. Kiru. And times the full toss. Sends it over deep backward square leg. Little bit of a check pickup from Kiruba Shankar. And it's gone a long, long way. Maybe with the breeze there, Richard.
Yes, we were just looking to see if it would clear the fielder there, but it's gone well over his head. Great shot for 6, 10 runs off the last 2 balls. So Indonesia fighting back after the loss of their 5th wicket.
Yes, and smart batting indeed. Because he played that square cut so well, he knew Gulam is going to go fuller. So he waited for it, didn't overhit it, just timed it perfectly. Keeper does well. Maybe was pads on the way. Yes, leg by has been given.
And that's the end of the 16th over. 90 for 5.
Agus, Anjar and Ferdinando, along with their captain Kadek, unable to get into double figures. It's only Kiruba Shankar and Padmakar who put on some show with the bat. Too close to cut.
Sharon, the off spinner, has bowled very well. 3 overs and 1 ball for just 12 runs.
And he bowled to 2 set batters all the time. So that's very well done from Sharan. That's a shot he loves. Absolutely adores that shot he does. Richard, another boundary.
Well, yes, and he got that one a little bit behind point this time. He just hits it where the fielders aren't.
Even after watching him bat in that first game, these teams, they haven't picked on his strong zone. They've continued to feed him short and wide. Not so much of wide, but short definitely. There you go, once again.
Gone to the deep fielder this time.
This modern day and age where every team now travels with more than one analyst who not only read your strengths and weakness but the other teams as well. You expect teams to pick on these cues and bowl specifically to specific batters. Slog. Fielder interested, has just parried it over. Utkarsh is a very, very safe fielder. Don't know how he's misjudged that. Maybe the pace on the shot.
Yeah, maybe the batsman hit it harder than the fielder expected, or he was a bit undecided if he was just trying to pad it back into the field rather than trying to catch it.
Should have gone for the catch there, I believe. 100 up for Indonesia. Valuable runs. Once they had really nothing inside the power play, they had lost wickets. From there on, this is a fantastic recovery.
Yes, they were 33 for 4 at one stage, and Padmakar and now Rama Murphy going for their shots. "17 overs gone, 103 for 5.
As the game flourishes into the deeper pockets of Asia, here we are for the ACC Men's Challenger Cup 2024. What you're seeing is Indonesia taking on Cambodia. A must-win game for Cambodia. They've done all the good work with the ball. Can they finish things off nicely? Guided away with ease, with precision. Kiruva Shankar's strength lies square on both the sides, in fact.
He just seemed to have scored a lot of runs through the offside, and this one is guided finer than most of his shots, but it's just raced away to the boundary again.
Can't really fault the bowler. Maybe for the line, could have been slightly straighter, but that is a smart cricket shot from Kiruva Shankar. So credit where it's due. 43 from 33. Real fighting knock from him. And Padmakar unfortunately got out while trying to hit Gulam. This time straight to the short third fielder. They'll get the run. Brings Ramdhoni on strike, who struck a 6 already.
This is what we saw yesterday with the Japan captain Fleming. He got to 70. Once a batsman gets in at this level, they need to try and score a 50 or see their team through to the last couple of overs to make sure they get a decent score on the board.
Spot on there, Richard, and this pitch, these conditions allow you to do so. Not long boundaries any side of the wicket. It's a pretty straightforward surface to bat on. A bit of spin here and there. Length ball outside the off stump. Ramdhoni was late onto that. Where this is heading, that is going to test the Cambodia batting.
That's right. We thought they did quite well to get just over the 100 against Saudi Arabia, but they'll have to score more than that today.
Also, the Indonesia bowling attack will be confident after their win in the first game. Backs away, wanting to go downtown.
Yes, they defended the score of 132 against Bhutan, even when Tinley Jamsho looked like he was hitting out at the end. He just could not see his team through, and they collected a lot of wickets in the last few overs.
Yes, they also have a plethora of slow bowlers. Paddy himself extremely handy with the ball. So if they can get the variations in, execute them, they will push this Cambodia batting attack. Shot third, pretty much inside the circle for Ramdhoni as well. Angle being created and it goes in that region too. Extremely surprised that once you have the shot third inside the circle, how can you go full and wider? It's bound to go there.
I think this is what we were saying earlier, that sometimes it's not the talent of the players at this level, it's the sort of tactics.
Gulam fairly new at this level, but you expect somebody from Cambodia to really point that out.
That looks like a no ball, the previous ball, and a free hit now.
Yeah, Gulam is not sure why that was a no ball, and he's going to clarify that with the umpire. Right, irrespective of the cause, the reward is a free hit for Ahmad. He can only change the angle, so he'll be back over the wicket, try and hit the base of the stumps. Misses the stumps, but did hit the base of the crease.
It's a useful dot ball. Obviously, if he'd hit the stumps with a free hit, it wouldn't have been a wicket, but
With the third fielder up, the ball could have ricocheted onto the boundary once again. So it's better that he did hit the stumps.
Yeah, 4 byes off the stumps. That's a bit of a rarity.
Yes, I think the Indian team got 3 out of that in, I think, the T20 World Cup game against Pakistan. Shaheen Afridi at the third region didn't really pick the deflection. I think Mohammad Nawaz was bowling the 20th over. That's when it happened. 114 for 5 after 18 overs.
This is a great recovery from Indonesia. They were 33 for 4 at one stage, and at 15 overs they'd only got 76. So 38 runs have come in the last 3 overs. So get more runs here, they can get up close to 60 runs off the last 5 overs, which would be an outstanding effort.
Really, and they will have momentum on their side when they start the bowling innings. Sharwan into his last set of 6 balls, 1 for 5 so far. He's got Ahmed on strike. Ahmed backs away, blocks it. Will run that quickly to bring Kiruba Shankar, who's striking it brilliantly. 44 from 34. Opportunity to go on and get a half century. Not just that, as Richard mentioned, keep pushing towards the 130 mark. Having watched this innings, I'm pretty sure Sharman will be wary of bowling shorter to Kiruba Shankar. Fuller it is, and it almost did work.
I think that's the line the faster bowler should have been trying to bowl through the last 5 overs or so. Because if there's one shot he can't play, is to a leg stump Yorker. If he gets it spot on, it's very hard to hit.
To most batters, that is. Yes, he might turn it around with the fine leg fielder inside the circle, but you're still asking him to do some work rather than just sit back and cut deliveries for fun. Only reason why he missed it is because the previous ball was Fuller and he was not anticipating a short ball. That's why he's missed that. Otherwise, his scoring rate off the cut shot must be through the charts. He must be striking that ball over 200.
Yes, and he seems to be able to vary the angle of the shot at will, right from fine third man to square, square and forward of square on the offside.
A deep point, deep backward point, square third man, all of those regions. No connection. Mid-off dives, he's got a hand to it. That will stop the ball from rolling to the ropes. But they'll get 2 more. No official word yet, but I don't think Stanley is fully fit for him not to bowl even 1 over.
Maybe he's the 20th over specialist. But he did well. 2 for 8 I think he got.
A handful of those remaining 20th over specialists, that is. Top edge, shot fine leg inside the circle. He's got some running to do and he's dropped it. Never ever looked confident underneath the high ball there. Something that has worked for Kiruba Shankar for so long. He moved away from that, wanted to pull it and not cut it. Got the top edge and that was dropped. Barring Lukman, the catching actually has been ordinary from Cambodia.
But that slip catch he took off the spinner was wonderful.
Yes, and the one previously in the gully region. Umpire having a series of discussion with Lukman Butt, the captain of Cambodia. Indonesia batters will take that time and have a little drink.
Yeah, it looks like Manish Sharma's gone off the field. Perhaps he just went off without telling the umpires. But the reserve umpire sitting down there, so hopefully the officiating team have got everything under control.
And we are back. Sharon's last over of the spell. Oh, that's got him on the helmet. Could be really nasty. One look at Ahmed Ramdhani, he seems to be fine. But they'll check him for sure. This is for the second time Sharon has hit a batter on the head in the tournament. Did the same thing to Faisal Khan and he got seriously injured.
Yeah. The ambulance men, the medical team are running onto the field. Manish Sharma's back as well.
6 balls to go, 118 for 5. Indonesia will be delighted with this scorecard now. Thankfully and fortunately, Ahmed Ramdhani seems to be responding okay. Real nasty blow on the head. Last ball of the previous over.
But you're right that Sharwan at Godara must have a very difficult bouncer to face.
Yeah, he's slingy to begin with. And because of the height, Richard, he necessarily doesn't have to bowl really short to get the bouncer out. He can do it from a slightly fuller length. Lukman has been slightly off colour with the ball, exceptional on the field, good with the changes too. He'll bowl the 20th. Starts with a slower delivery, which is why the timing was not there from Kiruba Shankar, who's closing in on a fine half century, needs the strike back. Now Ahmed Ramdhani got hit on the helmet. Will Lukman once again test him upstairs, or actually try and go for the bluff and bowl it quicker? He's got an off-cutter grip here. Slogged away. Stanley running in, keeps it to just one. 120 now on the board.
So that's a rate of 6 and over. If they can get another 10 off the last 4 balls of the innings, it will make all the difference. It's all very psychological, but anything 6.5 runs and over is a bit more difficult than 6.
Shuffles across, gets enough bat onto that, all the way it is. 50 up for Kiruba Shankar. Absolute fighter. Indonesia camp, they know the value of that particular innings. The top order was blown away. Him and Paddy really have got them back in this contest. It's a scoop that almost took out a man with the camera, Sriram, and he did well to move out of the way. Wanted to do that again. This time he struck in front though. Pad first. So given out LBW.
Trying to refer it, but of course he can't.
Yeah, Kiruba Shankar wants to review that. Maybe because he thinks he's got bat onto that. But there is no review, Kiruba Shankar. Well played though. Oh yes. Richard, I think he got gloves to that. It's tough. It's really tough for the umpire to do that real time. Doesn't matter. Kiruba Shankar Coimbatore batted exceptionally well for his 54. 4 fours and 3 sixes in that knock. This will be a very, very interesting replay. Comfortably gloves.
He would have got runs as well, but never mind.
Yeah, I think that's why he wanted a referral. Danielson has got a couple of deliveries to take care of. Back to Lukman, dot ball. Backs away, hits that one hard down the ground. They'll look for the second run. Run out, on, run out. It is 7 down will be Indonesia at the end of 20 overs. And Cambodia will look at their scoreboard and will say maybe, just maybe, we have allowed Indonesia to get out of all the trouble they were in. 4 wickets down in no time, and after that, real recovery from both of their experienced campaigners. Padmakar first, who put on a score and then got out, but it was the support of Kiruba Shankar majorly that took them past the 120 mark. Kiruba Shankar finishing as the top scorer with 54 from 41. Cambodia with the ball, they will know they started well. 3 for 33 for Ghulam Murtaza Chugtai. Sharwan Godara 1 for 9, looked brilliant. Wicket apiece for Lukman and Utkarsh. 8 extras, so that is disciplined bowling from Cambodia. 128 is the ask for Cambodia to stay in the contest for the knockouts with a required run rate of 6.4. As we slip into a breather, join us after that for the run chase. Welcome back and thank you for joining us again for this run chase. 128 is the ask for Cambodia in a must-win fixture for them. The required run rate is pretty much manageable. It will be up to their opening batters. Mostly that should be, one of them should be Uday Singh Hatinjar, the keeper batter. I think he will be paired up with Anish Rambabu Prasad. In fact, it is Lakshit Gupta. So two right-handers at the top for Cambodia. Indonesia will believe they have done enough to put up a fight with the ball. Their pacers were accurate. Their spinners were effective. The first time we saw them bowl. Here is Uday Singh Hatinjar. Comes out with a lot of talent and skill. Proper batter. Only thing is, so far he's been unable to convert the starts that he's got. Lakshit Gupta, 56 runs so far, 3 4s and 3 6s. We'll be hoping he can continue the good work. Ferdinando Banunek, who batted number 3, will take the new ball from the commentary box end. He's got a slip in position. Third fielder on the fence. Deep fine leg is a lot squarer. Short, wide, bad ball down the leg side. Faint tickle for 4. Easiest of deliveries to start the innings for Uday. It's a gentle nudge around the corner to get off the mark. Indonesia needs to realize they don't have these runs to play with. Only defending 128. Every ball matters. Make every ball count, especially inside the power play. And because of that loose ball, Uday must be feeling very, very confident here and expect some good shots from him. Expecting that here in the commentary box is Nishant Majitia. Welcome back.
Not quite, not quite. He has chopped it on. That kept a touch low. Ferdinando bowls an innocuous delivery just outside the off stump. Uday looking to push at it inside edge onto the stumps. First wicket for Indonesia.
Something is wrong with his starts. 6 of the last 10 innings he's been run out. And now, really unlucky to chop it back onto the stumps, gone for 4. Ram Roshan Sharan in at number 3. Would have actually been hoping that Uday and Lakshit bat for a while, get them off to a brisk start. Not the case.
Defended on the back foot this time. Watch fully done. Ram Roshan Sharan.
Do you think the ball actually came slower than what Uday expected? Which is why the bat just followed the line of the ball away from the body, exposing the inside half of it. Fuller ball, that was edgy. Single down to the third fielder, Sharan off the mark.
Now that will bring Lakshit on strike. Very good defensive shot there. It was full, getting forward, showing the full face of the bat. Dot ball.
Excellent comeback from the bowler here. Conceded a boundary of the very first ball. And since then, he's picked up a wicket, couple of dot balls, just a single. Needs to close out this over now. He does so with another dot ball. 5 for 1 after the first over, Cambodia.
Rogerio Maxicoda, 2 for 12 in the 4 overs that he bowled in the previous game.
Yeah, was the pick of the Pacers for Indonesia. Kadek will be hoping even Maxi can pick up a wicket and really put the pressure on Cambodia right at the start. Gone through the inner circle there. Sloppy fielding indeed. While trying to defend a paltry score, already we have seen some unforced errors.
This was a good shot, but that should have been stopped. It went right through the gates. But then a boundary was scored on the first ball of the previous over. Next ball, they picked up a wicket.
Out of nowhere, that is. Only of a very awkward inside edge onto the stumps. Sharan.
That's it down the ground, but Midon will cut it off, so that'll just be a single.
What we saw from Paddy and Kiruba Shankar, if you take your time, if you really do watch the ball, apply yourself, do the basics right, you can build a partnership on this surface. No demons whatsoever.
Too full, too far outside the off stump. That'll be a wide.
Also, I think Indonesia did showcase a couple of good spinning options. And so I expect them to come into the game early. Utkarsh was amongst the wickets. And Sharan himself bowled tightly.
Good looking shot, but straight to the fielder. So that's going to be a dot ball. Six of four for Sharan. Lakshit yet to get off the mark. Opens the face of the blade, straight to the fielder. Another dot ball.
Can actually stay away from that shot right now. Lakshit. He's looking extremely solid whenever he's presented a straighter bat. Now is the time to really tighten up your defense. The longer this partnership goes, Indonesia will get further away from the contest. Just like that. Merit of the ball turned on the onside for a single.
First runs for Lakshit there.
Something which we were discussing yesterday, as batters need to value tough runs. And it's not all baseball every time.
Late swing there for Rogerio Maxi. Left alone, 2 overs bowled, 12 for 1.
Only 1 over for Ferdinando, and he picked up a wicket too. But turns out Kadek, the captain, has made a change. He's gone to his third seamer, Danielson.
Danielson Johannes Havo. Just bowled the 2 overs in the previous game. None for 13.
Wonder what the plan is, unless Ferdinando himself wants to change ends, wants to swap ends. Other than that, a bowler who's just picked up a wicket, to get him out of the attack tells you Indonesia trying out a few things here. Maybe just to see how Danielson goes with this new ball. And he goes well. Almost induced an outside edge. Lakshit looked tentative there.
Lakshit, although has shown a little bit of defense.
Actually, whenever he's defended, he's looked very solid. Cut back sharply. What's that seam movement, Nishant?
Look like that.
We haven't seen that all day. Groundsman did mention that they have left a thick layer of grass on top of the soil, but this is the only time a bowler has induced prodigious seam movement. In the air, soft, very soft from Lakshit. Just when we wanted him to look solid, stay there, earn the hard runs, he's gone driving, lunging at one, straight to the fielder. Indonesia are excited. They've got their second wicket.
Yes, they're in the game. This is definitely just the start they would have wanted. And they've got it. Lakshit Gupta departs for 1 of 8. Caught Ferdinando, bowled Danielson. Cambodia lose their second wicket.
Best batter for Cambodia. Walks out to bat, the captain, with team in serious trouble. And unnecessary trouble. 55 runs so far for Lukman Butt. And he started with a block to delivery that was just outside the off stump.
This is good bowling by Danielson so far. Keep an eye on that required run rate. The moment it goes to 7.5, 8 runs and over, that's when it starts causing trouble. Another defensive prod.
Even that last ball looked like it seemed back in ever so slightly. That will start playing on Lukman's mind as well. And once it starts to do this, the outside edge becomes even more vulnerable. Came back in sharply, turned away on the onside. Lukman off the mark. Successful over from Danielson. 13 for 2 after 3. Yes, he did ask for change of ends, did Ferdinando. Now from the far end. Up and over goes Lukman. That's how he's going to deal with this situation. Hit his way out of trouble. Is that too risky though, Nishant?
It is very risky, but I think that is their only chance, to be very honest, because I don't think that it will be very wise for Lukman to subdue his natural game and try and hang around.
I mean, definitely be positive. Nothing wrong with that. Just that be disciplined in what you go after. Just like that. A defensive push. Yeah, don't go into a shell. I think you are right about that.
Yes, and of course with the power play on, there are more opportunities to score runs.
Yes, you'd rather want the batter at the other end, Sharan, to take calculative risks inside the power play. And you want Lukman to be batting very much after the power play too. Pulled nicely. But a good stop from Paddy. He really is not 100%. and has shown excellent commitment. A, by getting the tough runs, showing others how it needs to be done, and B, now on the field, and C, we will definitely see him with the ball. Good stop.
Sharan on strike. Change of pace from Ferdinando there. Sharan very early into that push of the front foot. Gets beaten.
Another thing Kadek can think about is to call the keeper up. Especially when Ferdinando is bowling. Doesn't have a lot of pace. He's not trying to bowl the bouncer any which way. Get the keeper up. Suffocate Sharan if you can.
Good looking shot, but straight to the fielder. That's another dot ball.
Sometimes the keeper also suggests the same to the captain. It can go both ways. If the captain isn't thinking about it, he's got too much to think about any which ways. It's the keeper who makes the move and asks the skipper if he can come up.
And that's a lovely shot there. Well, Sharan, the moment he hit it, knew that is going all the way for 4. Didn't bother running at all. 4 overs bowled, 22 for 2.
Etienne Bukes is another top order batter waiting in the dugout. I think beyond him there's just all-rounders to follow, which is why more so important that this partnership prolongs itself.
I think they'll have to look at the larger picture here. Not worry about the power play or anything. Short ball that has been nicely pulled. More like a short arm jab there. And he gets a boundary for that.
And once he picked the length right, the control percentage of the shot was superb. Very much pulled in front of square. Not trying to hit it too hard. Just trying to get the gap right. Those are the shots that make Cambodia camp believe that if Lukman stays out there, they will get these runs.
Yes, and Lukman, I think he's mixed it up well. He's got a boundary, and then he's not really trying to hit every ball, which is a good thing.
And if he's hitting you, make sure he's hitting you through the offside. Struck firmly, he obliges. Plenty of width on offer. Fast hands from Lukman. Going through the ball.
Yes, lovely shot there. The Lukman, if he stays there, then he's going to make it easy for the Cambodia side.
Change in field. Danielson has called the deep backward square leg inside the circle. So you can change the pace outside the off stump. How do you think Indonesia should go about dismissing or at least putting a doubt in Lukman's mind here?
I think right now what Indonesia are trying to do is just wait for the power play to get over and then bring the spinners.
You're right. They think their best chance is when the spinners are operating up and over. Confident is Lukman with that particular shot. Second time he's taken the aerial route there. Ends the over with a boundary.
5 overs bowled, it's 34 for 2. Rogerio Maxi back in the attack, mixing it up right now. His seamers. All the seamers from Indonesia so far that we've seen have brought the ball into the right-hander.
Is the other two looking for swing. Maxi looking for seam. And Sharan looked tight with that forward defense. Could have had a slip though, especially to Sharan. Can understand you want more fielders on the 30-yard mark for Lukman because he's taking the aerial route, not Sharan. He's batting 10 of 11, looking to just play it with soft hands.
.94 of 88 needed for Cambodia. Sharan on strike. Rogerio comes down the track. Got big on him there. Only managing to hit it to the fielder at mid-off. Single taken.
Now, for Lukman, do they actually push the mid-off back to long-off? That's the area where he's looked to go up and over. No, they have a sweeper deep on the offside and a third fielder on the boundary. More of the same, Lukman, then. Wait for the one that is over pitched, go up and over.
It's been slapped away straight to the fielder, sweeping there, just a single. Better idea would be to bring the third man in and push mid-off back and bowl full.
And if you really want the mid-off up, you can actually take that short cover out of equation, push it to two sweepers. One squarer, one straighter. The whole point is Indonesia got to be slightly more creative with their field placement. That'll be a wide. If they want to make things happen, they've been lucky to get the first 2 wickets. Unfortunate was Uday Singh Hatinjar. Feet didn't move, bat went out. And then nothing short from Lakshit. Since then, Lukman and Sharan, they've applied themselves well.
Couple of deliveries remain in the power play. Has been better than that of Indonesia for sure. Going back and pushing it to mid-on. Quick single taken. I think the idea is very right. Cambodia doesn't really look very flustered at the moment. They're happy to knock it around, which is exactly what they should be doing.
Field remains the same for Lukman to face up the last ball of the power play. Slices that one, only to the sweeper fielder. 39 is what Cambodia has got. They've lost 2 wickets after the first 6. Uday Singh Hatinjar started the innings with a faint tickle on the onside. Then the very next ball, lack of pace did him. Ferdinando was delighted. His first wicket. It was right after that is when Lakshit got himself out. And since then, Lukman has played a couple of powerful shots through the offside, ensuring that in terms of runs, Cambodia more than okay after the first 6 overs. Which also means at the start of the 7th over, we will see spin being introduced. Right arm offie, bowling from round the wicket. It's a plan that they persisted with even in the previous game, and I think that's a good plan to Lukman, but Kadek Gamantika not bowling over but round the wicket, and Lukman lets that one go. The reason, Nishant, I'm saying this is a better plan for the off spinner to do so is because constantly he's targeting both the edges of the bat here.
Brilliantly bowled there.
And now because that ball has now left Lukman, he might try and cover for that. This is where the one that spins back in brings the LBW bowled in play. Once again, gone through him straight away. Would you not have a slip?
Why not?
Slip or a gully, something.
Another wide added to the tally then.
There is no deep point, there is no deep third.
Very well bowled. Driven down the ground for a single. With the spinner on, it will be interesting to see what does Lukman do here.
From the non-striker's end, he'll be able to plan better. That brings Sharan on strike.
Happy to knock it around at the moment.
I would actually ask even the left-arm spinner to bowl from this particular angle. Down the track. Enough onto that one. One of the biggest sixes that we have seen all day from the bat of Sharan to end Kadek's first over. 47 for Tua Cambodia. Gede Dharma Artha. The solitary left arm spinner on the Indonesia side. He usually bowls left arm round, and that's what has worked for him. It's just that specifically when you're bowling to Lukman, you're better off bowling the left arm over style. Instead, they've gone to the leggy. Ketut, Eddie Guna. Only time Lukman has fallen to spin in this tournament was from a leg spinner who was bowling round the wicket.
Very well bowled there. Very interesting choice of landing area for the first ball. Middle and leg.
Yeah, because he already knows there is turn on offer. So why not bring the stumps in play? Sharan hit a massive shot down the ground. Wanted to replicate that this time. The fielder did try. He was in business. But Sharan has got power, raw power, to get that over the long on fielder.
Yes, he didn't time it well enough. It was a pretty good delivery if you ask me. But now Ram Roshan Sharan, those 2 sixes, has overtaken Lukman. Single taken, and Cambodia's required run rate has gone down to less than a run a ball.
Yeah, timely 2 sixes from Sharan. Saw Lukman was struggling against the offie, took the offie downtown. Now, before even Ketut can get any confidence of this spell, he's been struck for a 6. Yeah, Lukman is struggling. Suddenly, he has to be the one who supports Sharan. Batting is all about phases. When you realize your partner is going well, no matter how good a batter you are yourself, give the strike back to your partner, rotate.
(22 of 19). Oh, that is uppish, but safe. It's a dot ball.
A lot of opening batting pairs do that. But I think the ones that I have seen growing up, Sachin and Saurav used to do that brilliantly. They'll just know. There are days when Saurav goes after it straight away. There are days when Sachin does. 8 overs are done, 56 for 2. Really surprised Kadek still not opting for a slip fielder. They can't allow a partnership to be breathing easy here. Needs to look for wickets, Indonesia.
Well, Kadek started his first over very well. It's just that he went for that 6. Play and a miss this time.
Certainly Lukman is run a ball 23 now, and Sharan is 25 from 17. Has to be better in terms of finding singles, Lukman right now. Straight to the fielder, another dot ball. Nobody in front on the onside saving a single. It's just about covering the angle and closing the face of the bat. But Lukman is not confident to do so. He's powered that towards sweeper. Will get the run.
He's probably very confident of the line that Kadek is bowling here. And also the angle away from the right-hander.
Because of those two big shots, Kadek is overthinking his options again, Sharan. That's what positive batting can do to you. 71 from 67 if they bat. Normally this is Cambodia's game.
Nicely played straight to the fielder. Excellent over from Kadek. 9 overs bowled, 57 for 2, just one of it.
Kate would bowl a good over and still went for 9. That's what he's got to believe, that he bowled a good over. Loops it off. Too much flight. Over pitch to Lukman. And he thrashes that over the bowler. That will bring his confidence back up.
Yes, that was very nicely struck. He knew what he's got to do, and right away decided to hit it well enough over the top of the bowler's head.
Go to round the wicket angle from over the wicket is just easier for him. I know there is a bit of turn, but you got to really play on the ego of the batter here. Bowl from over the wicket, see if still Lukman wants to go after you.
And he goes over the onside. His connection is brilliant. That's gone the distance. What a shot.
It was a top quality power shot, but a really shoddy delivery in terms of the length. Almost hitting his own foot, Ketut there.
Very nicely done. Goes off the back foot and plays it with the turn towards long off for a single. Partnership between these two, 56 of 43. They need 60 of 62. Nicely bowled. No chance of a run there. Another dot ball.
And should be the last ball before drinks. Lukman has already signaled the dugout for fresh pair of gloves as Sharan comes down the track, goes to long on for a run. He will have the strike. 10 done, 69 for 2. Cambodia, they need 59 more.
Kadek to bowl the first over after drinks. Flattish outside the off stump. Play and a miss. Dot ball there. Sharan on strike. He goes for the shot down the ground. There is a fielder at long gone. So just a single. Outside edge. Chase for the fielder. He will pull it back. Just a single then. And that's time for us to welcome Richard. Very good afternoon, Richard. Things look good for Cambodia at the moment.
Yeah, two set batsmen again, a big partnership growing. They lost 2 early wickets to the Indonesian faster bowlers, but these two are really looking set now.
Eased into the offside. Another single there. They're happy knocking it around.
See, this is interesting on what we saw yesterday. Thailand made a fast start but kept going for their shots. Cambodia now can get to victory with a runner ball of the last 9 overs.
So 11 overs bowled. It's 74 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Going back to the opening bowler, Ferdinando, I think.
Ferdinando back in the attack. Lukman picks up a single of the very first ball. Required rate for Cambodia just over 6. I don't think that should be a big problem.
Particularly if this pair stay at the crease.
And the only way I think Indonesia can do something with this defense is if they manage to pick up wickets. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to be too much for them. Big shot attempted. Just as I mentioned, they need wickets. And Ferdinando has struck. That's his second wicket and he will be absolutely thrilled with that.
Pushing it around and getting it in singles is not the way that people play the game anymore.
Ram Roshan Sharan departs for 28 of 27 and a wicket has fallen at a very important time.
Partnership of 62. New batsman is Stanley, I presume.
Quick single attempted, direct hit was required there. Fails to get it. Direct hit would have really put him in trouble. Soft hands. Oh. Would have been interesting. Stanley Sullivan. We've gotten into trouble of the very first ball. Now Lukman on strike. Excellent effort by the bowler himself, Ferdinando, beg your pardon. What an over this has turned out to be, just the 2 runs and a wicket in this over. Make that 3 runs and a wicket. 12 overs bowled, 76 for 3. So Kadek Gamantika will bowl out. Clipped away by Lukman. Single taken of the first ball. Will bring Stanley on strike. So they need 51 of 47 deliveries here. Not a tough ask by any stretch of the imagination, but it's all about wickets, Richard.
Yes, and I think Lukman will have to see his side home to make it easy for them.
Kept a touch low. He's looking to force it on the offside. Maybe just pick up a single, give the strike back to Lukman.
We know that Bukes and Sharman are both like to hit the ball for 6s.
Yeah, so the run rate is never going to be a problem. Short ball that has been fetched from outside the off stump for a single.
Yes, we know there's some power in the Cambodian batting. Just whether they have the temperament.
Yes, a run chase like this is going to be a test of their temperament for sure. And Lukman has shown brilliant temperament thus far. Tucked away this time with soft hands. Just a single again. Four singles and a dot ball so far in this over. Excellent spell from Kadek. And it ends with figures of none for 18 and 4. 13 overs bowled, 81 for 3.
Cambodia are miles ahead on the comparison, but Indonesia did get 51 off their last 5 overs.
Okay, so what dot balls here will do is that they will increase that required rate, and we are entering a phase of the game where every time a dot ball is bowled or anything more than a single is taken, that required rate will start jumping. But even then, all said and done, Indonesia need to remove Lukman if they want to entertain any thoughts of winning this game. Ferdinando in his final over, chipped away. There's nobody in the circle on the onside, so single taken.
Looked like he might hole out, but of course with nobody there he can't be caught.
Play and a miss. That was a bit of a loose shot there from Lukman. Cambodia don't want him to do that.
There just looks enough spaces in the field for a player of the quality of Lukman just to be able to push the ball for a single every time and wait for the bad ball to hit it for 4 or 6. But we were saying this yesterday.
Anything straight will be played away for a comfortable single without any problem. Not too long ago, the required rate was less than a run a ball, and now it has moved up to 7. But then we know a couple of boundaries will bring that down.
And this is Ferdinando's last ball. Well bowled.
Excellent delivery to finish his spell. 2 for 20 for him. 14 overs bowled, 84 for 3. Time for the left arm spinner, and he's been greeted with a cracking shot from Lukman. He has played in that area very well, Richard.
Yes, and that boundary takes him on to 48. Bit of an uncomfortable start for the new bowler. Only bowled 1 over in the previous game. But yes, Lukman has got a first-class career in Pakistan previously, so he's got the experience to see his side home. Brackets, I hope.
This has shown great skill and great temperament today. Dharma Atra has been given the ball. And he wanted a single, sent back. He's not happy. He is not happy at all.
They're giving his partner a telling off there. I'm not sure they're quite... It was straight to the fielder.
Now he will take the single. Of course, this was technically Stanley's call. In the previous one, I think Lukman almost ran to the center of the pitch and came back. So that definitely was enough time. Big shot attempted, play and a miss.
It's like what we've been saying throughout the tournament. Should the experienced batsman who's got in take the majority of the strike? Or should he put his lesser partner on strike and hope he gets a single?
Easy single again. And that's taken off the 5th ball.
So 1 ball for Lukman, both to keep the strike and to reach his 50.
And he'll do that.
Well played.
Eased into the offside for a single, and he brings up his half century. Excellent innings from Lukman here. Cambodia after 15 are 91 for 3.
Danielson comes back to bowl his medium pace.
Well, Indonesia need a wicket. No two ways about that. That dipped on Lukman. Another run down to long off. It's never too late for T20 run chasers to go out of order. It can happen very late in the game too. Stanley has looked assured though. Reached out to that wide ball.
He probably would have got a wide for that if he hadn't hit it. But he's given the strike back to Lukman.
Yeah, both of them very happy and comfortable to stretch their arms and reach out to deliveries outside the off stump. They generate a lot of power in that region. Lukman gets the full toss. Doesn't find the gap though. Intentionally kept it down, which tells you he wants to get these runs and then get done with it.
He's more interested in keeping his wicket intact rather than trying to go for a big 6.
Yeah, although was hitting with the breeze, with the wind. So would have perhaps got it any which way. Nicely played, soft hands. This is what sensible batting looks like.
But sensible batting sometimes can go wrong as well, so we can say it goes wrong however they play it.
Absolutely, if it has to, it will. Just got to trust the process. Late movement. Another extra added. 32 from 26 is very straightforward indeed. As we mentioned, as long as you keep doing the basics right. As we talk about basics, it's been skied down to the throat of long off. Then 4 singles in that over and a wide. You're in control. And here comes the big shot. Stayed too far away from the ball, extended his arms and was unable to get over that fielder. Lukman, after doing all the hard work, doesn't get his side home. Leaves it to somebody else.
$96 for 4.
The reserve top order batter who was pushed down the order. Etienne Bukes. Quite a bit of a story how he's here. Given a chance to finish this game for his country. 61 runs so far in the tournament, so he's had a hit out there. With the old ball, he's much more equipped to get the runs at this batting number than the previous one, which was much higher against the moving ball. For the last ball, I think Danielson would fancy going fuller on the stumps. Left alone. Thankfully, it was not on the stumps.
I think this is going to be quite an anxious run chase now. Go right to the wire.
7 extras is what 7 or 9, something about that is what Cambodia managed to bowl. So they were disciplined. Look at Indonesia here.
4 extras, really good.
It's excellent indeed. If they can keep that down too for the last 24 balls, then maybe, just maybe, Indonesia will be able to pull off another close win.
And their second win would be enough to gain them a place in the semi-finals so quickly.
And this group will be decided. Earlier in the day, KSA got through, courtesy their left-arm spinner, who was quite brilliant. Rogerio Maxicoda returns for his final spell as Indonesia hope to chip away with these wickets. Cambodia do have another prolific hitter beyond these two. Sharwan, the tall quickie.
Was it 21 in 8 balls he made earlier?
And absolutely bowled his heart out today. One of the best spells we have seen in the tournament from Sharwan. Length ball going down the leg side. Stanley just wanted to push it away for a run. Unable to rotate.
A few more dots and these two really will have to start going for their shots, which shouldn't be necessary.
Absolutely. Only if they can continue to pick up the singles. Single here, double there, a boundary here. Just gets you at par. And how do you handle the pressure? Well done. Went deep in the crease and made space for that. That's +1 more. Now down to Bukes. Yet to get off the mark. In fact, left the first ball.
It's a rarity here. Not sure Thailand did that at all yesterday.
Yeah, they'll be hurting. They would just be waiting to make a comeback of sorts from tomorrow. That's a new day.
At some stage that tactic will work, at least once.
Hughes pulls it. That fielder is only on the boundary. Up to Stanley now. I think I would agree that because Stanley has been in for 12 balls, the onus or the responsibility of finding that solitary boundary every over is Stanley's right now. So he has to manufacture something in the next 3 balls, we would like to presume. Where does he go? Only straight to the sweeper to make it the 3rd single of the over.
Only 1 dot ball so far, so they're progressing well. And they, as you say, they only need 1 boundary each over.
Ideally, if you don't want to get to that position where you're just hell-bent on striking and going for boundaries and you're desperate, that's when you're not thinking right. That's when you're playing the shot first, looking at the ball second. That's been hit very well. Here comes that boundary. Here comes the launch from Bukes.
Well, that's fantastic. When it works, it is fantastic.
He has stayed still, nothing wrong with that. Clean swing of the bat. He's a tall man, he's got long levers. Just believe this role is much more suited to 18 Bukes. Looks natural how he is able to get the loft out. They've got the runs for this over, 9 already. Bukes pulls it straighter. Won't push for the second. The job done, you'd like to believe, for this one. 22 needed of the last 3.
At higher levels of cricket, you'd see this chase won 9 times out of 10, very least. Let's just see if Cambodia can see at home at this level.
Although if Cambodia do win this, it really opens up the group then.
Yes, Indonesia can still qualify, Cambodia can still qualify, and there might be a way that Bhutan can be one of 3 teams on 2 points.
Cutaway misfield will allow the run. That's the last thing Indonesia can afford right now.
But we know if Indonesia win this game, they are through to the semi-finals.
Oh, surely.
And if Cambodia lose, they can't reach them. But if they win, they probably would be in the box seat for getting second place if they can beat Bhutan in their 3rd match.
Through the covers, in fact straight to the cover fielder, couple of paces to the left as Stanley gives the strike back to Bukes. (20 from 16). If he does go for it though, this is the ideal end. He will be hitting with the breeze. Swung away on the onside, only along the carpet. Yeah, waiting for perhaps the second half of the over almost and choosing their deliveries. That's the luxury they have because of scoring relatively quicker at the start. Work for that sweeper fielder, he won't get there.
Oh, that's a great shot from Stanley. His first boundary. And that's the 1 boundary in the over that they need.
Now almost at par, this chase. Bowled into the surface, looked like a little change up. And Stanley could go back and create power to beat that solitary fielder.
Both batsmen into double figures. 15 more runs to score.
Only 15 from 13. What that 6 from Dukes has really done is given Stanley the belief that they will get boundaries from both the ends. It's a lot more faith in the other guy. Turned away nicely for a run. He'll have the strike. They'll need 14 from the last 2 overs. You'd say quite gettable indeed.
8 runs off that over. A boundary early in the over and the chase will look relatively easy. If they only get singles, they still might need to find that boundary later in the over.
Maxi Koda's last over. And he's aiming for the stumps. Outside, well outside, and somehow finds the dot ball. You're right, Richard. There was the opportunity to get the boundary early in the over. Short, wide, no deep point.
He did it fall through the offside in the last over. You know he can do it.
Has to balance out his natural instincts and the absolute merit of the ball. Not there to pull. But because of the miss pull, here comes the second.
He pulled it straight and somehow they managed to get 2 due to a bit of a misfield.
So far, Maxi trying to bowl into the surface, much more wider. Isn't backing his Yorker here. And if you're not doing that, he also has the fine leg fielder up, so that could be another reason he's not really trying to bowl fuller. Until then, single through the offside.
Let's see if Etienne Bukes can hit another 6
Yeah,
over that leg side boundary.
absolutely. That's why he got the first one. Monster hit. Does Maxi show the courage to go for the stumps and bring a wicket in play? Into the surface, slower delivery. It is not stopping. It's gone even further beyond that first 6. Cambodia in touching distance. They only need 5. Just became a little too predictable in this over. Richard bowling continuously into the surface, and Bukes just sized him up very well. Cleared the front leg and went out of the park.
the last over and just about cleared the boundary, and that's gone very far over.
Death bowling is very, very difficult, as is if you don't have different kind of options to go to. Batters will have several options to take you down. Bukes with 16 from 7. Miss hits this one. Only down to long gone. Only 4 needed. And because this is the last ball of the over, Stanley might as well look for the boundary here.
Yes, a four would win them the game.
Yes, with an over to spare. Because of how they've chased it, they haven't been able to think about the net run rate. But now in touching distance, might as well push for it. Length ball only hit down the ground. So they'll need 3 runs of the last 6 balls. They're in a huddle right now, wondering who should bowl the 20th. I think they're opting for Paddy, who certainly wasn't 100%. Made an excellent contribution with the bat, threw himself around on the field, and now he's very much ready.
Spell in the last game, but as we pointed out, he hasn't looked fully fit in this game.
Yes, and what a heroic effort it will be if he can somehow push this game into the last couple of deliveries.
They tell me that he was a fairly useful, faster bowler in the old days when he played in the Bangkok League for BCC.
And now bowls plenty of variations, of course. He's got a plethora of slowies.
He's got all the experience.
And he'll have the keeper up to the stumps too. Padmakar for the 20th. Hit back to him and then goes to mid-on. They'll somehow get the run. Had that been a dot ball, suddenly there would have been a little more interest.
Equally, if it might have hit the stumps even if he hadn't got something on it, or he could have deflected it to the boundary.
Right, he's bowling from a very short run-up and trying to bowl full and straight. With the third fielder up, mid-off up, we've got the long on back and a deep mid-wicket back. It's a low full toss, that's easy enough for Bukes. Over the ropes, and that is that. Cambodia have registered their first win. It's a win that is at the back of a superb bowling effort to restrict Indonesia to 127, and then their captain Lukman Butt scored a fine half century. But it is this finishing of 18 Bukes that has really made this win special for them.
He played cricket in South Africa, possibly at school. He went to Cambodia as a school teacher. They started playing cricket while he was there. Now he's an international sportsman who's just won a game with 3 sixes. 23 off 9 balls. What an achievement by Etienne.
More reasons to love cricket. Win by 6 wickets for Cambodia, and as we mentioned, that opens up this group nicely, with both Indonesia and Cambodia having a win each. 52 from 48 was the difference from Lukman Butt, who batted with style, ease and balance. Valuable contributions from Sharan, Stanley and Bukes with those massive sixes. Cambodia must be proud of this bowling effort. They really did test Indonesia, and so did Indonesia with the ball. 2 for 20 for Ferdinando, who kept it tight with the new ball. And then 2 for 26 for Danielson, who got the late wicket too. Kadek didn't pick up a wicket but was economical. Story of this particular game, Indonesia 127 looked under par. Kiruba Shankar and Padmakar batted brilliantly to take them to that particular total. Gulam finished with a 3 for, and in reply Lukman Butt's half century and lovely bit of hitting in the end allowed Cambodia the win.
It wasn't the Pakistani first-class player who won the game for Cambodia, it was the South African school teacher.
That's got a better reading and a ring to it. Tomorrow, important morning for the host. They take on Singapore in a must-win game. And as right now, we dive into a breather, you'll meet Nishant Pajidia on the other side of it with the post-match presentation party.
check. One.
Well, Saudi Arabia, in fact, earlier in the day, they really batted brilliantly and bowled brilliantly and ensured that they go through to the semis. Right now, what has happened is that this group has been thrown wide open, primarily because Cambodia has pulled off a win. And now both Cambodia and Indonesia will have to wait for that last day of the Group A encounters to figure out who goes through. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-match presentation of the ACC Challenger Cup tournament. Before we begin, we'd like to thank the Asian Cricket Council and Cricket Association of Thailand for hosting this tournament. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, official streaming platform FanCode, official partners Dafa News and 1xBat, and commercial partners TCM. So in the 10th league match of the tournament, Cambodia have defeated Indonesia by 6 wickets. Well played. First up, I'd like to request the captain of Indonesia, Kadek Gamantika, to please come forward for a quick chat. Well, the first half of your batting innings was not that great, but after that, it was a good 12-15 overs of cricket. But again, suddenly things went wrong.
Yeah, again, we just not putting enough run on the board. That's why we struggle to defend the total. So first of all, I want to congratulations for the Cambodian team who win for this game today. Congratulations, guys. So I think we will come back stronger as a team.
So what will be your thought going into that last league match?
So we'll try our best. That's it.
Good luck for the game then.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, can I please of the day. Well, do not forget to tune in to Fan Code and, of course, the official YouTube channel of ACC for all the action. Till tomorrow, on behalf of everybody, it's goodbye from Nishant Majid here. Do take good care.